All right, guys, it's as per usual time for another whatever podcast clip reaction. This gets better and better every single day. I learn something new about this degenerate society every single day. Every single day, it's like, I don't know, it's a journey. This is a journey that we're experiencing. It might be a little odd at times, but the Whatever podcast has given us many insights into the workings of the typical OnlyFans woman, into the workings of the degenerate society that we live in. So join me on this journey, laugh with me, cringe with me, whatever you want to do. Just make sure that you are strapped in for the ride. Make sure that you subscribe to Goals&Growth for more content like this. Let's take a look at this. Today's video is titled Alien Girl Insults Andrew, but he humbled her quickly. Let's go.
No, I think that you're right. I think that probably most men who go into his men know. I think that you're right. I think that probably most men who go into his club understand that it's a fantasy-based experience.
Fact.
But remember what she said. I don't give it. I don't give it if they don't think it is. I'm there to do a job. I'm there to make money, right? She doesn't care if there's men who come in there and don't believe that, they don't know that, or they fall for the parasocial aspect of this thing. She doesn't give a shit.
I mean, what is she
So
supposed
then in
to do
turn,
about
so
that?
hang on. She said it. Those were her words.
I did say
Can
that,
you
and I
repeat-
believe that. I stand by
Can you
it.
repeat her words for me? Can you repeat them? So I know that you heard them.
Oh, she doesn't give a shit if they come there.
She doesn't give a
unknowingly.
shit. Yeah,
But
she doesn't give a shit.
Exactly.
So
Again,
the
that's
thing
her
is
job.
why in turn should men give a shit if women are taken advantage of, if women
Because-
fall for the parasocial
Wait.
experience? Because I assume that most women believe that most men are just looking to score. They're just looking to get some. They're just looking to hit and run, right? I assume that. And so since I make that assumption, any of them that do that, shouldn't I just go, well, you know, I guess you shouldn't have fallen for it?
Well, no, because
Correct. And it goes both ways, right? If you know, and you deep down in your heart, you will know. If you know someone has those intentions and you fall for it, well, whose fault is that really? That's no one else's fault except yourself. And few people can look in the mirror and take accountability for that decision. I think a lot of people always want to find a scapegoat, always want to blame society, always want to, blame these types of chicks for it. But at the same time, they're only grasping the opportunity, really. Not that I'm saying what they're doing is right, per se, but you were stupid enough to fall for it, right?
because
It
you're
happens.
comparing a business and a service to a relationship, and they're just not. They're not the same.
What the only difference is the money, right?
Yeah.
There's no real
No,
there's no
not at
there's no
all.
real
Comparing
distinction
meeting
there.
somebody in a
It's-
regular environment,
the
you're comparing.
services.
No. Why is it that when you make an analogy that people don't seem to understand, that if I say apples and oranges are different, I'm still comparing fruit. So while I'm comparing two different situations, the logic is still the same. Strippers take advantage of men. There's no doubt that they do. Escorts do the same thing. They take advantage of men all the
Correct.
time.
Bro.
There's no doubt that that's true. So if that is true, if you have three sugar daddies who are taking care
We're
of your
not
bills and
taking
they all know
advantage of
each
people
other,
that need
right?
help. We're therapists. We're not taking advantage
Oh,
of people who
you're
need help.
therapist. Yeah,
Wait,
you,
wait,
you
wait,
got them on the home couch, and you're going to make sure that they get their right therapy, and it's just
Yeah.
going to cost them a lot of money, right?
Of course, we know what therapy is talking
And you're,
about.
you're
Hell
there
yeah.
for them. It's
Hell
a public
yeah.
service.
Especially if
It's a
you're
public
cheating on your
service.
wife or your girlfriend.
What's your
It's-
job, dude? Because I want to know, like,
I'm a robotics mechanic. What's your job?
I work at Amazon.
What's your job?
I work
Mrs.
at
Tree Dater?
Amazon.
God
Okay,
damn.
wait. Can we go?
Bruh, if she shows up as an Amazon delivery girl, I'm running away. I'm giving it a package back. Take it back. Take it back.
Go back to
Please
the
But
go.
topic.
I wanted to know
Wait,
because,
what's
like,
your job,
I'm
Mrs.
pretty
Tree Dater?
sure.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Tree Dater. What's your job? I'm a robotics mechanic. What's your job?
She had a question related to what your
Yeah,
job
I
was.
have a question
Let
for her.
speak.
She asked me when I answered, I'm a robotics mechanic. What's your job?
I work at I said I work at a fucking warehouse. So
Yeah, you work
but
at a
I'm
fucking
trying.
warehouse. So I don't, where were you going with that?
Okay, anyway, so because you want to sit here and act fucking smart, I got you. Anyway, I want to know, like, do your employees or whoever you let you talk to, do they think that you're taking advantage of them as well for, like, what you do? Or, like,
What is that?
No.
What?
okay, so why would that be the same for a fucking stripper? That's their job.
But
Are
it-
you stupid?
But those are not your employees. Those are bruh. Sometimes I
Like,
No.
okay, so why would that be the same for a fucking stripper?
Oh.
That's their job. Are you stupid?
but those people aren't their employees, their clients, they're real people with the real feelings or with the real. I mean, come on, bro, that's not the same. Sometimes I just think they sit there and conjure up something that'll sound smart, spew it out, feel proud about themselves, and go on.
Like,
No.
okay, so why would that be the same for a fucking stripper? That's their job. Are you stupid?
Damn.
What you just said is incoherent, and I don't
How
even
is that
understand it.
incoherent? It's a job.
So wait a
Being a
second.
stripper is
You're
a
saying-
job.
Hang on. So are you saying that people can't fleece their customers by giving their customer an illusion
No,
and
and
taking
that's not what
advantage
I'm
of them?
saying. However, if they know
Hang on,
that
you have
what
to
they're
calm, you have to calm
getting.
down enough to let me get the question out before you
Wait,
answer.
hold on, but you've been like
Calm down,
yelling
calm
at
down.
everybody else.
Well,
You've
you
been
do
yelling at
realize that.
everybody
Okay,
else. So
okay. I
don't
want you
know
to
who
do
you're
me a favor,
talking
real
to.
quick.
Uh-oh.
Count how many people are in the room and count how many of me there are. Go ahead.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to do that because you definitely have been talking over
Like,
a couple
you've been rude
ladies
this
several
Is any,
times.
nobody's even
And you've
talking
been
to you. We're having
interrupting.
this
I don't need
exchange.
you to talk
Let us
to me
finish our
for
I don't
exchange.
mind to
though.
listen
Like,
to your
I don't know why. I
opinions.
don't know why
No, because you're trying to
you're
make
even
people
involved
look
in the exchange.
stupid,
It has
and the
nothing to
only
do
thing
with
that
it.
you're
I
saying is
can
the
involve
dumbest
myself
shit
in
I've
anything
ever
I want
heard.
to. It's a podcast.
Bro, Andrew.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
and you can also involve yourself by not speaking until we're done with the exchange. Remember how
Yeah.
you were having
Already
exchanges with other people and I didn't get in the mix? Remember
And
how
then
I
when you
gave you
did.
that kind of respect?
But then remember
you
when
think you
you
can show it
did.
back?
But
I don't
remember
know.
what you did.
Yeah,
when
I
you
don't
did
think you
though?
can. But
I don't think you
try
could
anyway.
either.
So
Well, I've
back to
watched
the
you
exchange that we
try
were
for
just
many
having.
episodes, and I haven't seen
Before
it.
we were so rudely interrupted by, I don't know,
I
this
was
broad over
speaking
here.
with them.
Perhaps you can explain to me if there's that many people in the room and I'm having various arguments with those people, obviously I'm going to have to insert and interject far more than those people are for me.
Yeah.
It's easy because there's one of me and there's many
Is
of
it
you.
not
right?
all of us though? We all have to interject if we don't like.
And
what's
you
your
all have
point?
been interjecting.
What's your point?
I was
My,
really enjoying
my
our
point is that if there's one of me and 9 of you, clearly in order to get some speaking
anyway,
time, I'm
just
going
get
to
back
have
to the
interrupt
topic.
more than you
point I
do.
was going to make.
so you
don't
need to
even know
allow
what I
him
was
to
gonna
finish asking the question.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Andrew. Ask the question.
I want to
then
hear
she
the
can
question.
Yeah.
Respond.
Well, so the question is I don't know. In this case, you're creating a false dialectic. I was looking for a logical extension. I was saying, based on your logic, the extension of the logic should apply to these other situations. That's a logical extension. The
Okay.
false dialectic, which you propose, though, is saying because employers can mistreat their employees, that is in some way similar to selling a fantasy experience,
No,
and
it's
it's
not.
clearly not.
There's not.
Are you talking to me or deadbeat?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Okay, so first of all, they're a stripper, right? So if they're a stripper, I don't go to a strip club thinking, oh, I'm gonna make this girl my wife. Like, that's your fuck up, honestly.
Okay,
Faye?
you know, a lot of people don't go
Well,
there.
but that's my point.
I
That
would
makes
say
sense to me.
99% of customers do not go in thinking they're going to get a relationship, thinking they're going to get any type of long-term anything. They're going in there to have an experience, to party, and to have fun. And the ones that are going in there to talk about their wife because they're annoyed are paying for a girl to sit there and to just listen to them yap. And they know that. They're like, thank you for sitting here and listening to me talk about my deadbeat ass life. I'm going to give you $500. And they are the ones that are making that conscious decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not what the dispute is. Do you know what the dispute we're having even is?
He was saying, if I remember it correctly, Andrew, he was saying, don't you think that that's turnabout is fair play if a guy tells a girl that he has longer relationship intentions just to get her into bed, that the one should
It's similar
make the
to
other
the-
one okay or balance each other out?
So
No.
if a girl's getting bread is the same, you're trying to say, is it the equivalent of a guy selling the idea of a long-term
Yeah,
relationship?
it is the same thing. It's the same.
No, what I'm saying is that
It's-
if you have the expectation that most men who walk into a strip club are going to understand they're being sold a fantasy experience, I can agree with that. But what I'm saying is that there's clearly going to be some who do not think that it's just a pure fantasy experience, who are being taken advantage of.
I agree that could happen.
Yeah, sure. So my counter to this is just to say, well, wait a second. I also think that there's women who are being sold a fantasy experience from men.
Yeah.
And
Each and every
men
day.
are
and then
essentially
they,
trying.
and then they want to cry about it afterwards. I get it. Either way, I mean, neither of those two is the correct thing to do. But at the same time, when you walk into a certain situation or a certain how can I say this, a certain perspective, let's call it that. If you walk into a situation, you know this is what it is, I don't have to have any other ideas of it. You need to accept that. And if you screw up by having other ideas, that's on you ultimately. Let me know your thoughts about this debate down below in the comment section. I encourage you to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.